Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Erin. If you're new here, feel at home because on this channel we talk about all things family, from marriage, parenting, homemaking, and the in-between, sprinkled with doses of faith. If that is your cup of tea, you must subscribe and get notified by clicking the notification button every time a new video comes up. So today we are going to talk about something that is becoming very common in families, and that is mom guilt and overwhelm. If you're a mother and you get so overwhelmed by the responsibility of raising these little children in our care, sometimes they're not so little, or you sometimes wonder, if you're doing enough for them, this video is for you. So stay tuned. So guys, I'm going to share with you tips and hacks that have helped me deal with mom guilt and overwhelm, and we shall get started right away with the first tip. Have a routine for the children. Routines are good because they give you, the mother, and also the children, a sense of purpose and direction, since you each know what is supposed to be happening, when and how. So for example, the kids will know maybe wake up time is 8 a.m. then we have breakfast, then after that we are doing housework, after that we can have some TV, then maybe prepare for lunch, have lunch, and then take naps, and then after that playtime or TV time, whatever it is that is in your routine. As long as you establish it, communicate it to the children, and then follow it through, it will take away the sense of overwhelm, because there will be times when the children are sleeping and there you get to rest. Then there will be times when they are busy playing, and so they are not bothering you and pulling your knee, crying, mommy that, mommy this. So a routine is going to be very good in helping you reduce the stress and overwhelm that comes with motherhood. Tip number 2 is training and teaching the child on what is expected of them. So one of the causes of mom stress and overwhelm is because our children are not behaving the way we expect them to, or their behavior frustrates us. And so we shall get stressed and overwhelmed and say, oh my God, these kids, they're always screaming and blah, blah, blah. So how do we curb that? We curb it by training kids on the expected behavior in relation to people and property. So you will teach your child to be kind, to be obedient, to be grateful, to speak with a gentle tone, to take care of their property, to clean up, after they have played, clean up the mess. You will teach them where to put what, the toy area and stuff, where to play from, and how to respect privacy, like mommy's bedroom. You don't just go and be removing things and throwing them all over. So when you train them and communicate what is expected of them, there's some clarity for the child, so they know how they're supposed to behave. Now, after they know how they're supposed to behave, the next step is teaching them obedience. And how do you do that? You teach obedience by enforcing consequences to disobedience. Every time they don't listen, put some consequence that is painful. Maybe you will, hit a little if they're still young, or spank if they're older, or take away privileges. Something that is painful that the child will attach a negative impact to. So then they learn and say, if we are to have peace in this house, we have to be listening to mommy. And there you get your obedience. And guess what? Once you have dealt with obedience, you're going to be slaying. There's going to be peace. Your stress levels will just go down, and you'll be having a good time. So good luck. Our tip number 3 is consistency in how you relate with your children. Children flourish with consistency when they know that things are going to be constant. How I'm expected to behave, my routine, and the way I relate with people is always going to be the same. That clarity allows the child to flourish and even learn on how to do life. The thing becomes part of them. They know when I wake up, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, I dress up, then I do some housework, and it's time for breakfast. Now if you confuse them, today they are waking up, brushing teeth and doing housework, tomorrow you're telling them do schoolwork, the following day you're allowing them to watch TV, that lack of consistency is confusing and affects the child's behavior. So in whatever you're doing in relation to your child, you must be consistent in your discipline. If you say, I'm going to beat you if you do this, and the child does it, beat them. Do not let it go. When you let it go, you are confusing them. You're causing distrust in the child because they're saying, Mommy does not follow through with her word. When there's distrust, it affects their ability to obey you. So consistency will help you reduce mom overwhelm and guilt. Moms who are watching, please share with me in the comment section what you do to manage your stress and overwhelm so that we can all learn from each other. I'm waiting to hear from you. Tip number 4 is take a break. Whenever you feel overwhelmed and stressed as a mother, it could be an indication that you've given out so much of you that you're left empty, and therefore you're feeling stressed and overwhelmed. So learn to take breaks in between. Ask for help. If you're living with the kids alone, get someone to help you. Pay for daycare or take the kids away at a friend's or a relative's place. Someone that you trust will take good care of your children while they're away from you. That way, you're able to get time away from them, rest, rejuvenate, and even miss them. So that when they come back, you're just ready to love on them and train them without, feeling like they're a burden or a big responsibility. So learn to take a break, pay for daycare, get help from family and friends, get people to come over and babysit, especially for new moms. It can be overwhelming. You feel like you have to carry your child all the time. They are crying, colic, what? You're not able to know what's making them uncomfortable, and then you get overwhelmed. But when you get like help, you give maybe your young sister to carry, or you help the nanny at home to help you carry the child, or the father, you're able to just take some time off the motherhood responsibility and focus on yourself so that, you rejuvenate, you fill your box again, so that will help you to love on your kids and have a healthy relationship with them as a mother. So learn to take a break, take mom time away. People nowadays do vacations, they call them momcations, things like that. That's all taking a break and asking for help so that you can rest, rejuvenate, and focus on yourself. That way, you're able to be a more effective and present mom. Our tip number 5 is to join support groups. Sometimes the cause of this mom stress and overwhelm is really isolation. When you don't have people around you who are mothers, and so you're just alone, you're not connecting with anyone, you don't know about the motherhood journey that other people are taking. But if you join support groups, there could be groups at your local church, there could be groups on WhatsApp. There are so many support groups for moms wherever, the workplace, your community, Facebook and social media, things like that. These support groups will help you just to know that you're not alone. You will find that many mothers are struggling with different things. They'll encourage you on how to deal with the things that are stressing you. So, they empower you with knowledge on how to curb the things that are pain points for you, and then they'll just tell you it's normal, that sometimes those are seasons of motherhood and it will end, and that gives you some hope that you're not going to be miserable and overwhelmed for the rest of your life just because you have a mom. But also that connection, we're created for community. So when you have people supporting you, there's a way you just feel loved, and suddenly you're not feeling as stressed and overwhelmed. Your child will stress you, you go on Instagram or Facebook, connect with other moms, and you just feel better for some reason. So join a support group. For me, I think I'm like in a parenting group. We're always sharing. If you have a problem that is challenging you, you post on the WhatsApp group, and seasoned parents will give you wisdom, and you just feel like, Panange, where have I been? I'm so glad I asked. And so that reduces my stress, because I know there are people that I can count on. My family and friends are always there for me. So support group, always get a support system that is going to help you on this motherhood journey, and the overwhelm will drastically reduce. Number 6 is have realistic expectations for your children. The truth is, sometimes we expect kids to behave like adults. You know, you have a 2-year-old, akatodla banange, who's curious and is exploring and discovering the world around them. But for you, you expect them to sit still like an 18-year-old. They shouldn't touch anything. They should be quiet, no asking questions. And when they don't, you just go haywire. You feel stressed. You think the child is not listening to you. Sister, that's a child. Allow your child to be a child. They are loud, they are messy, they are playful, and they are curious. So have realistic expectations of them. Allow them to enjoy their childhood. Allow them to play. Some parents, some moms don't want their kids to play from out or to get dirty. So every time your child go out in the dirt and they get dirty, you will slap them or beat them or shout at them, which is not fair. That is good for your child. They're going to be learning motor skills and things like that. So let the kids be kids. Let them play. Let them get dirty. Let them be messy. Give them that time where they can be kids. That season where you allow them to be kids. And then after, demand them to clean where they've been playing from and even clean up. That way, you're being fair both to the child and to you. So allow the kids to be kids. Let them play. For Christ's sake, they are kids. Our tip number 7 is give yourself grace. Let go of the perfection that you expect in your motherhood. You know, usually we get frustrated because things are not going our way. You want your child to be always smart, perfectly neat hair, yeah, when they're looking good, not like you just want to be perfect. And yet, surely, no one is perfect. Only our Lord Jesus Christ was perfect, and he was, you know, human and divine. Now you, who is just human, you want to be perfect, you're going to just stress yourself out. So always give yourself grace. There's no perfect mom. Even those that you see and think are perfect, if you open the behind the scenes of their life, you realize that they also have such moments. So give yourself grace. If you're having a bad day, it's okay. Bad days are normal. Pick yourself up, sleep, rest tomorrow, wake up with a good attitude and plan and set the day and say, you know, today is going to be a good day. Like, start all over again. It's okay. Quit beating yourself up and saying, I have to be a good mom, I have to spend time with the kids. And if you've had maybe a long day at work and you found your kids asleep, yet you left them asleep, then you start beating yourself up. Sister, it is well. Everyone has their bad days, so give yourself grace and just know that this journey of motherhood, we all learn on the job. You're going to make mistakes. There are going to be good days, there are going to be bad days, and it's all okay. The thing is, God knew that you were going to be the best mom for these children, and that is why he gave them to you, not to the neighbor who you think is better, or that social media personality who you feel has a perfect life. No, you are the one that God knew would be the right mom for this child. So take in that fact, release the desire for perfection, and enjoy the moments you have with your children. Be present, and you realize that once you allow yourself to be who you are, you don't get stressed so much, because I mean, you're living your life and trying to make the best of it. So give yourself grace. Did you learn something from what I shared? Please tell me in the comment section. And also, if you know an overwhelmed and stressed mom, share this video with them. You'll be helping a sister greatly. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Take care.